There we go. I actually checked this time. I didn't check before the stream, but why my computer does that, I don't know. Not recognizing my microphone. Anyway, hello. Yay, we have the crew here. I was afraid that because this is a new time, a new weird time that we haven't streamed at before, that y'all were gonna be busy, and I was sorry for that. But I see Nakama and Richard, and of course our resident Guryu, who is always here to help with lyrics, creating them. This one, this one was a weird song for sure. I'm sure Rio was telling me about just crazy. But you just wait. You just wait until the next ones that we're doing. I have already decided, and I'm in the process of asking instrumentalists because this is going to be very difficult to do the one that TK from Ling did on the second to last Chainsaw Man episode. And it is crazy as fuck. It's called First Death. And oh my god, that song is gonna be crazy, and I want to do it. I also need to do the Tokyo Ghoul song, the the that one. Do you even want to know? Of course, today I saw the episode just now, and the ending song was an Amer song, and I want to do that too. So I don't know. We might just chainsaw man it up for the rest of the season. Unravel. Yes, thank you, Nakama. I don't know why my brain just did not want to think of that title right now, but thank you so much for being here, you guys. Ah, first death. I want to cover, but the first few lines are giving me trouble. Yeah, that song's a doozy. And I don't know actually how my voice is going to handle it. Like, I know the chorus will be fine, but some of that, like, pre chorus stuff, I'm like, can I get my voice to do that? But usually TK from Ling does all this, like, Screamo stuff. There isn't as much Screamo in this one. I think there's, like, one thing that I can just ignore. Um, that'll work. But yeah, First Death, man. And then this latest one by Amer I want to do as well. If Chainsaw Man makes Caroline's channel more popular, I'd say that's definitely a good thing. Yeah, every Chainsaw Man live stream that we've done has gotten us really good turnout. So I'm hoping that this will do. So Christmas of chainsaws, yes. Oh my gosh. And why is my hair so fluffy? It's really bothering me. I brushed it out, so it's kind of like just nothing but frizz right now. Um, the music is cool, but it's hard. And it goes hard. Yeah. I love this song. Okay, Chainsaw Blood is officially my favorite song from this series and probably my favorite song of this season. Says you are Caroline. Yes. I did the screamo part of Unravel so many times the first time I recorded the English cover I wrote for it. My girlfriend had to give me notifications on my phone while I was recording. Cringe. Hurt my dang voice. Oh no, I'm sorry. You gotta put your phone on Do Not Disturb or leave it out of the studio. So I was in the process. Ryu did a lovely new way of organizing these. So instead of doing vertically, shifting between two different versions, we have this all there. So we have the lovely singable English, the line matching, oops, the literal translation, all lined up. So that's really awesome, Ryu. Yeah, don't hurt your voice. It's not worth it. I tried to do screamo on Mayday for Fire Force, and I tried to learn it, but I just could not do it convincingly enough. So context, I record covers using your phone. Oh no! Start over repeatedly because Smule didn't have the ability to go back while recording if lyrics were there at the same time. Oh, you poor thing. That stinks. I I I think I used Smule once. Um, but I should get back into that. That sounds like fun. So so Ryu is in between work right now, so we're gonna get started on this. Um, I was wondering, Ryu, do you want to come on or do you just want to be silent this time? Because I don't know what your household is like and what your preferences are. So you just let me know how you feel. Yes, I'll be in. Okay, let me pull you in on the call if that's okay. House is empty right now. All right, we're in business. So we'll have to do I want to hear Ryu do some rock. Man, some metal. Smells a fun app to use. My throat doesn't feel so great, so I probably won't say much. Oh, poor baby. Well, do you not want to talk then? Well, we'll see. I'll pull you on, and when you get too tired, you can be quiet or you can leave. So I'm gonna count to 10, and then I'm gonna give you a call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And hopefully it saved my settings from last time.
No.
Yay, good, good, good. Hello.
No.
No.
No?
Hello?
Hello? Do you hear me?
Yes, I do hear you.
Okay, good.
I was like, yes, it works. It saved my settings. And you were like, no.
It's like I said hello. I just said it kind of funny.
Okay, okay. It cut you off on your
So,
first syllable then.
so first of all, how do you like this new format?
This is interesting. I think it would be easy to see the line number simultaneously with these things just by scrolling across instead of having to find the part in two different sections. So I think this right now I'm going to say that this is pretty darn good. I like it. Um
Some parts of it were kind of a pain in my ass because I missed a line and I ended up having to renumber it.
mm, that's the worst in a spreadsheet like this. But how was it for you to
That
create it
some
in this format? Like, do you prefer one way over the other?
Not really. The only thing about this is that you notice I can't match the syllables up in the matched version because it won't put those tabs into the cells. I
Yeah.
It's nice as a spreadsheet. I don't like it as Google Docs or Google Sheets.
Mm, I see.
So if I keep doing it like this, I might do it as an offline document instead. Because this is
Okay.
nice, and now everyone can say he could. Now everyone can't say he could be saying anything because it's right there. There's everything.
Yep. You got the Japanese, the literal translation, the line matching. It's all there.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to navigate. It is a bit wide, so it's a little bit more difficult to fit on my screen, but that's okay. I can deal with that.
Oh, you have it zoomed in. I have it all zoomed out as one window.
Oh, you do. Okay, let me see. This is
But
100%.
I can. But you have like not that great vision, right?
So,
Like I have no visual impairments.
yeah, my vision is not that great. I am wearing my contacts right now. Um so hopefully they don't dry
Yeah.
out. This
Yeah. So
kind of
make it
helps a little
bigger.
bit. I don't know. I think I can deal with this. I can do 100. Yeah. If I need to see another part of it, I can just scroll. And that'll be nice.
It's This format definitely scrolls better because you just
Yeah.
have everything right there. You
Yeah.
aren't having to scroll down to it. Because Google Docs, what I really wanted to do was make a giant page in Google Docs, but Google Docs will not let me adjust the page size.
Ah, that's annoying.
It is Google Docs is lame. I only do it because it's easy to share with. I don't do my own typing like normally in Google Docs.
Ah,
Then you have to be online to use it, which is silly. Okay.
So, oh, I see what you did here. The repeat.
Mhm.
Yeah, this
See
is,
how it notes
yeah.
the it is color coded,
It's
still color coded.
how can you be so organized?
I don't know. I'm.
You are
I guess I kind of have
soothing to my
because
brain.
in real life. I am nothing like this. I am like all over the place. No, that it's true.
I believe it. I believe it. The most like organized people on the outside are the most disorganized people on the inside, like in their house. Like I feel that. Same.
Just when I go to like a business meeting, like say we were in a law office and I was going to visit a lawyer, I'd
Okay,
have all my
Nagumo, have a
papers
fun
in
time.
triplicate
Be safe on the road.
and then in a nice orderly file folder and everything. After I had dug them out of the chaos that is where I normally keep them.
Mm.
I just have this one in this desk. I have this one drawer full of important papers that are just all thrown in there wherever.
If you look behind me, you'll see that my husband has laid out on the extra desk back here a bunch of such papers because they were all piled on his desk.
Oh.
I feel it. I act like I'm organized, but I'm not. I'm getting better though. I'm getting better though, slowly but surely.
Okay, so how do you feel about what you've transcribed so far?
I'm liking it. I was just kind of going through it and then I was going to type it in. The other kind of sad part about this format is that I can't like copy paste it, but I'd rather type it out anyway. It helps me learn it better. So,
You can copy and paste the lines individually, can't you?
individually, yeah, but I might as well type it in that case.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
Oh no, that's fine. You didn't. It's just the delay on the line always does that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I will do this section by section, but let me get through the core pre-chorus bit here, and then we will test drive this first section, which I've kind of already sung through, and I think it works wonderfully. But if you think there are any parts that you feel um, need more work, we can work on that, and I'll let you know. But so far, what I've kind of perused through, and then this part that I've started actually typing out, has been pretty spot on to what I would love to sing. So
It was so fast.
it's very fast.
Why do you pick these fast songs and want to sing them in English?
I don't
English is this
know.
Japanese as a language is like a bouncy, fluttery butterfly. English is like a snail.
Yes, English is so thick
Slow.
and sluggish and far back. Like Japanese is very I feel like it can be a little bit dark sometimes, but it's mostly very light, very pure, you know.
It's the O and A. They can be O and A depending on the speakers. Like you can get that diphthong equality in them depending on the speaker.
Yeah.
But, but usually they're smooth and clear, even if the O is pretty low and dark.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's, and A and O are just about the most common sounds in Japanese. Those long, nice, useful operatic vowels. In this song, not so much. This song sounds like Japanese run through a wood chipper. Well, it's this is not a Cruel Angel's Thesis. This is not sung in correct, proper Japanese,
This song is
where
so
you have
disjointed.
where everything is perfect. He drops out sounds that you're not supposed to drop out. Like he pronounces "awa" as "ow" half the time,
Ow.
and that makes it hard to hear because
Absolutely.
that's not normal Japanese. That's some weird thing some like songs like this do.
Mm. Is it
That's like
like cool people gangster kind of
I
dialect or
I don't know. I have never encountered it outside of a few of these songs. I think it might just be them swallowing syllables because Japanese words are too long.
they mean it to be Americanized and they can't do that with the Japanese?
Either that or they just speak a dialect I'm not used to hearing. Because I forget her name, but the singer of A Cruel Angel's Thesis, she was being extremely proper. All of her syllables were syllables. Like you didn't have any of that zankoku as three. It was zankoku as a proper four,
Yeah.
which used to be how Japanese was normatively spoken, like back in the 1600s, I think.
Mm.
A lot of sung and like proper forms of language. They're how the language was used in 1600, 1700, 1900, something like that. But you know that already, I guess.
I don't know
Like,
everything.
but operatic French, where it sounds kind of Italian-y, I think that's based on like French from the 1700s, if I'm
Yeah.
not much mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. There's this whole thing where spoken French is so much different than classical style singing, operatic style singing in French. Like it's very different.
One of the things is the modern French R is very harsh. It's huh. But medieval French R was ruh.
Oh, was it flipped a little?
Yeah, it was the tapped R, I believe. It might have
Mm.
even been trilled sometimes, but I can't do that. It was the same. It was the same in Dutch and German, but that huh, I believe it started in Paris and basically hit all of Central Western Europe. It hit
Ah,
Dutch, it hit German, and it hit French. But it doesn't get Spanish, and it doesn't get Italian, it doesn't get Portuguese, and it doesn't get English.
so got it. I recommend Caroline sing again from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I did sing a Full Metal Alchemist song once. I forget which one it was, but it turned out really good, honestly. Speaking of Zankoku, one song I'm considering doing is the redo of Healer opening. Yay! Which has that word in the title. Not planning to watch the anime though, based on what I know about it. Redo of Healer. Oh god. It's it's basically a redo of Healer is basically a hentai. I don't know how it managed to get in the general, broadcast stream of things, but it is basically a hentai. Maybe they don't focus so much on the actual like anatomy during things, but it's a hentai. Let's be real. It's a hentai.
So your hands are all tied.
The hens are all tied, yes.
And
I adore the show though. I think it's a great show. Very
you know
revenge-y.
the word sorry.
No, go ahead.
You know the word hentai does not actually mean porn. It means irregular.
Yeah, hen means weird, right? Or strange.
Yes, hentai hentai means like weirdness, like or irregular or variant or deviant. But it does not always consider have connotations of being pornographic
Mm.
because old style hiragana, there used to be a bunch of different variants on all the hiragana, and they are now known as variant kana or hentai gana. It is the
Interesting.
same word,
Hentai gana.
and but in that case, it just means like variant or irregular,
Ah. Well, I mean that
not
does
like it.
fit this style of show. It's a like hentai animations are, you know, deviants from the norm, you know, from normal anime. So that makes sense that they would refer to it like that. Do actual
The actual
Japanese refer to hentai as hentai?
I don't know. Like I looked up the word pornography in a English to Japanese dictionary, and the first entry is actually waihan, which means obscene book.
Hmm.
The English word pornography spelled out in katakana is also given. You also have waisetsu Bunshou indecent book again.
Because I know there's also terms etchy.
That just means vaguely erotic, I think. ECC. Let me look that one up. Ecchi, because I guess the word can means, I guess it's often used in the sense of pornography in Japanese these days, but it doesn't only mean that. And its literal meaning is fairly boring.
Mm-hmm. Cause like if I've heard it on a lot of anime where somebody would be like doing something perceived as inappropriate, and the other party involved would turn around and look at them and be like hentai, or um teasing
Yes,
somebody and saying etchy or something like that.
yes. In this case, hentai means pervert.
Yeah.
So it does have that meaning. It just has a bunch of other ones. Like how perverse still
Yeah,
means
perverted means
something,
like changed or weird or like
or yeah, it often does have sexual connotations in English, but it doesn't always.
yeah, the word can cover a lot more than just that. Yeah.
Interesting fun facts that have nothing to do with this song.
All right. So, your throat is not feeling good, so you would rather not sing through it first, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm like sniffly.
You poor thing.
Talking's fine. Talking's fine, but and I've also had like chronic illness relapse, so
I'm sorry.
it's not your fault.
My brother-in-law hasn't been feeling good either. He's had some people that he works with come down with the flu as well. I heard flu is really, really bad. So I get to see my general practitioner tomorrow, and I'm going to beg for a flu shot, I think.
Can you not normally have one?
I usually have one, but I didn't get one last year just because of the way things went. I thought that I could get it at my local drugstore, at like my local CVS. And I went to the CVS and they were trying to push it on us. And we were like, yeah, sure, we'll do it here. And then they turned around and was like, actually, your insurance doesn't allow for you to get that done here. You got to go to your doctor's office to get it done, unfortunately. And I was like, what? That's weird. Speaking of hentai. Like,
Oh yeah, like healthcare system, stupid.
so, but I also have to get a tetanus booster at some point, and I desperately need COVID boosters because I haven't had any. I've only had two COVID vaccines. So,
I haven't either, but I'm not that worried about it because I don't go anywhere.
y-
I work from home.
yeah,
I order groceries. I don't go out in public unless I have to.
yes. Well, I am on the verge of not having to go out in public, but I still have to teach kids for the next few months. So I'm like, I don't want these little petri dishes to infect me.
That's totally understandable. You go for it. I mean, I'd get it if I were out in public more.
Yeah. So,
A does flu shot sound like a good idea? Okay, so go ahead and sing through it, and we'll see where you trip over it,
all
and go
right.
fix it.
Fix it, Ryu. Fix it.
It's all the time, don't got it, the clock, my stand. Tell me like that, but don't let the fuck my stand. Until the beat, don't kiss on the front, my stand. We should have got better, we can't change our stand. Summer distraction, yes, it's you. したららしいな、錆びつけても chains of blood. She got the kick in the feet, but I can't resist it. That's not the kid, that's the power, that's the tell me right now, tell me right, the chains of blood. I feel the feet in the feet, but I can't resist it. She goes down and down, like an onion song. Tell me right now, tell me right, spinning. Okay. There was one line that I kind of, and that was from your tongue locked up with rust till it's turning black. I love that line. I don't really want to change it, but how is that supposed to go?
That's line 8.
Also, line 14 is not the same as line 10. Line 14 says won't step
Oh, I
aside.
made a mistake there. I thought it was the same. The fever that won't step aside. Okay, got it. I go.
And first of all, let me pull up the song again. What's the line number of the one that doesn't fit correctly?
The one that I struggled with was line 8.
8?
Yeah.
What does the Japanese sound like to you?
Let me go back and find that myself then.
While I find it. Line 8 is
From your tongue locked up with rust.
Itanarashima. Up with rust. It should match.
Shitanarashima. Yeah, your Japanese is right.
From your tongue locked up with rust. Does that not match correctly?
I think it's a stress thing that's bugging me there.
He sings it so fast, it's hard to tell where it's read.
Can we omit a syllable there?
Let's check what this actually means. Whose tongue sounds and rust together. Yeah. Which syllable? Which syllable is the problem?
The from your tongue locked up with rust. It's up. That's bugging me.
Oh, because it's ima, not ima.
Yeah.
I guess.
From your tongue locked up with rust.
What's another word for locked up? Like when something, because that's what you normally say when a machine is locked up, or like frozen because it's rusted, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What could that be?
Because it says in the Japanese it says rusted together, but I assume it means the thing's locked up by the rust because it's talking about a machine.
Presumably a chainsaw.
From your tongue locked up. So locked up, which does sound a little odd. So it needs to be stress, unstress, right? It's an I am.
Yeah, because I hear it as a word that kind of is spread over 2 syllables because of the E, from the she to the E of Shitanarashima. I don't hear, I hear the 2 E's as blended together.
Would the word
sorry.
Would the word frozen fit there better, do you think? From your tongue frozen with her. That's kind of an odd expression, but it's a weird song.
From your tongue frozen with rust. That would sound a little better. I like the locked up, like just idea wise. More, but frozen sounds better, I think.
I like locked up better semantically.
Yeah.
But if you can't get it out of your mouth, that's a problem.
I think I can. Let me practice that. Just give me 2 seconds.
I can rearrange the words to be something like rust locked tongue.
Till it's turning back black.
Even though rust is.
Till it's turning black, chainsaw blood. Okay, now I figured that part out. But let me get that part right. From your tongue locked up with rust. Tongue locked is a difficult transition to make that fast.
And it says the word.
With rust.
And the tongue word has to be there
Yeah.
because shita means tongue
And that's
in
why
this context.
Frozen would be easier to sing there. I don't want to lose Locked because I like Locked better. But From Your Tongue Frozen with Rust is much easier to get out than From Your Tongue Locked Up with Rust. Like, you hear how that sounds? It's just the stress, the way the stress falls in the phrase. It's supposed to be da 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 da. So, like, there's a word there that needs to be 2 syllables there.
Um,
to make it sound like it does in the Japanese, but yet make sense in English. And I don't know.
hard. The song was all kinds of problems when I was trying to go through it
Oh,
like that
heck yeah.
because I can see why that's difficult because gl is usually it usually goes together like as one unit, so it sort of tempts you to sing tongue locked instead of tongue locked. The hiatus is hard to get there.
How about this? What would happen if I changed it to and I'll type it out here beneath it so you can see it. Your tongue all locked up with rust. Because that gets in all the syllables, but we have a little bit of, we have the all in between tongue and locked, so my tongue doesn't get all locked up.
You know what I was thinking at the same time?
What?
The same thing, but with is rather than all.
Okay.
Or
Like
your
that?
tongue's all locked up with rust, or just pick whichever one is going to sing better.
Your tongue is locked up with rust till it's turning back. Yeah, what do you think makes more sense given the context of the rest of what you've written here?
I would say your tongue's all locked up with rust.
Your tongue's all locked up with rust. Yeah. Is that a
That makes most
parenthesis?
sense.
Is that a comma S? No.
Yeah, it's apostrophe S.
Apostrophe S. Can't
Your
think of
tongue, because
words today.
it's also both of them put together. It is all. So we both came up with half the idea.
There you go. Your tongue's all
We fixed
locked up
it.
with rust till it's turning black, chainsaw blood. And this part was pretty good. Do you want me to sing through
Okay,
this
good.
chorus part one more time?
I think we can move on. Oh, did you see what I did with line 6?
What'd you do with line 6?
Look at the Japanese.
Wakakashi engine on.
It's not written in English. That's a kanji.
Oh. Let me see.
That's not the English word on. That's the on in onyomi sound.
Oh, you are clever.
It's a pun.
It's punderful.
Because it actually says the sound of an all-destroying engine. But if you rearrange the words, you get to keep the pun.
I love it.
I
love it. That's clever.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
A kickback?
No, this is Chainsaw Blood. Kickback was the last one.
So, oh, by the way, we got approval to submit Kickback to Sound Drop and all that by Sai. He loved it. So I'm proud of the way the mix turned out. Maybe not my very best mix ever, but I think it was fun to do. So I'm happy with it. So, okay.
It's the next part that I had so much trouble with.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to scroll there. Let me type out one little bit at a time. Illusions invading our minds. No right brain can't think. Murder together. Using. Stop we go. Hands of love. Hi. Hi. Interesting use of, is that, you kept the Japanese there.
Oh, that's just like an exclamation. It doesn't mean anything.
Hi, hi. Okay, okay. Eaten
I
up.
don't think it means anything.
Baddest schemes. The gentleman laughing. Where was I? Endowed. Man, you're always so creative with your vocab. I love this. Russian keywords. The way you have to spread things over. I can tell some areas where you were like,
It's actually just means something really weird in the original, so.
What'd you say? See how the crowd going round, a bit cracked inside, and then you see Rye standing by. I could have just copied that. Black inside. Oops.
27 is a little different from the first line, but 28 is not.
Yeah, 28's the same, isn't it?
It is.
Speed.
They changed it slightly.
The same with 29 is slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Let's work in clean out. Cause you forgot cleaning out region. Chain goes around it. Because all of these are like similar.
They're very close. I basically copied the structure over and just substituted a few words because that's what the Japanese did.
Justify me doing stuff like that by saying, in defense, I'm not a professional. Who's saying, I once copied and pasted lyrics when writing an English cover, so in the final song I sang incorrect lines in the final chorus, which was different from what I copy-pasted. Curse my foolishness. Yeah. Oh, you had 2 COVID boosters. I think I'll need the next one soon, though. Yeah. Gotta keep that going. All right, let's sing the next part. This is the full second verse. Let's see if I can keep up with it, though. I may need to slow it down. All right, I gotta try that again, but I think it works. Me fumbling along. One of these days I'm gonna learn to practice. So let me try that one more time. I'm slowing it down. do. Let me try that last section again.
That actually work?
Yeah. I'll try it from
You're
the beginning.
kidding.
One more time through. Delusions and big minds, no right brain, can't think all this together. Use some hands below. High, bring up the bodies of schemes for gentlemen, and down to just like caution to the I still have to work on that, which line is that? Line 24.
24. Does it have a shadow syllable in it?
It might.
Oh, 24 is that one.
Oh, I see what it is. You have endowed instead of endowed. So 924.
Oh, yeah, because foi is the stress syllable. Does it have too many syllables?
It might. That's...
I might be I might be acquiring that bad Japanese habit of like crushing things like itami into 2 words.
Yeah, this needs a little work right there, just in that one line, I think. The gentleman laughing is great, but then if I have to hit endowed with the wrong stress, that kind of throws me off. And I think we're actually missing an additional syllable
Where?
at the end.
Fuato. Oh, first of all, that's incorrect.
Oh, maybe we have too many. I keep on
It's
waffling.
dizzy words, not dizzying.
Oh, that would be the problem then, in my own brain. The saddest of schemes, the gentleman's laughing, endowed with his head rushing dizzy words. Okay, that actually works. It's just the stress of endow that isn't quite it.
Oh, because that's actually a pretty literal translation. Oh. Let me look up that word that I translated as endowed. I think that's yushi. Yushi, which is a formal word for meaning have, like possess. Yeah, it's part of yusu, which means have.
Yeah, and then this,
I might just say suck it up and sing it like a Japanese, not quite 2-syllable word.
I might have to give you a pass for that because I can't think of anything.
Well, it's like a very direct translation of what's there.
And it's rap. Like, rap tends to play around with word stress anyway. So, like, endowed with this head rushing, dizzy words, chainsaws using, like, it's supposed to be a little, like, mixed up like that, I think.
Okay.
Let me try it at tempo. This is going to be fun. Watch me fumble. I'm excited. Oh.
inside. You see him cry, standing by the front inside. This bounce of beat, oh boy, from the clean door. But you forgot, see the freaking chain goes round. Okay, I could almost do it. I'm gonna have to practice the bejesus out of that. It
A
was
lot of
good,
it from
though.
here is just a repeat.
So
I can't believe that works.
you were worried about that.
Hmm.
It is a serious rap. We're gonna have fun with this. It's not as bad. I would say Bring Back was harder and faster. Um,
Yeah, which one did I give up on?
that's true. That's true. This one is on the
Yeah,
edge of what I can actually do physically without having to slow it down.
I read through this and I was like, am I going cuckoo? Then I looked at other translations and I was like, no, I'm actually right. I was like, and I like went by word, like, what? Why is the gentleman laughing while he eats bad schemes? I don't get it. It's probably something from the anime that I don't understand, and it's like, well, okay, whatever.
So yeah, you managed to capture all the feeling from the anime um
Ever watching the
without
anime?
ever watching it. So
Well, if I do this right, the song should speak for itself.
it should. It should. So let's see. We got a bridge part here we need to look at. And then you say lines 33 through 40 are a repeat from above.
Yep, they're just a total
Exactly.
repeat, and then after 32, there are 4 lines that are not repeats,
Okay.
and that's it.
Just
This one is not going to be that time consuming. Like, we've been doing this for maybe an hour.
yeah, actually this stream
And I,
has been 51 minutes so far. That's not bad.
I was planning on having this go on to 4 or 4:30, so we could probably get through like this and that other secret project
Oh yeah, I should pull up
in
the
the.
lyrics for that and see if I can get your Japanese to work.
Yeah, but first, let's finish Chainsaw
Yeah, we gotta
Blood.
finish
Like,
Chainsaw Blood,
there's
and I'm gonna go through it from top to bottom, of course. Um, let me
and
see.
because there's barely any of it left. You heard nothing, Nakama.
Nothing. Wait. Skip a part.
Okay, what's up?
I skipped a part. That's all.
Oh,
Swap in the clear because you forgot.
so did I. That's why we have 31A, 31B, 32A, and 32B. Because I was not going through and renumbering all of that.
So we did. All of that. Oh, whatever the hell that is. And then it's Roar of Destruction, right?
Yeah, it's that line again, which is a repeat.
And then I hear you gritting your teeth.
Nakama, I have no idea I barely know what Chainsaw Man is.
Hey, this is the 4th ending, right? No, this is the first ending song. This is the very first. The fourth one, wasn't that the one with Power? I can't remember. That one's a cute song too. There's some really cute songs as ending themes too. And then there's stuff like TK from Ling that's like, what the fuck? Or no, the 4th one was that really weird one, wasn't it? I can't keep them straight. There's fucking 12 of them.
It gets weirder than this.
Oh, it gets much weirder than this. You have no idea.
Do I want to know?
Do you want to know? I don't know if you want to know, but you're gonna be working on First Death anyway, so
Yeah, I suppose I am.
I could do worse. There's songs that are worse than that.
There are there are things you could give me that I would not do.
Such as?
I don't know. It would probably have to be like actively malicious or harmful to somebody, something you wouldn't do. Like you wouldn't be touching it with a 10-foot pole either. I don't think. Um, there are some cartoons and things like if you wanted to do something from I don't know SpongeBob, I wouldn't touch it. I don't like
Yeah, I get that.
or I don't know something I personally actively dislike. I'd be like, you're on your own, have fun. Granted, SpongeBob was already in English, so you wouldn't need me for that anyway.
Yeah.
I also don't really do I'm not sure how to phrase it because I'll set words to pieces of music from things like Aerith's theme,
Mm-hmm.
but I also don't really do fandom stuff like the song. Yeah, it could be from Aerith's perspective, but it can also stand on its own as just its own piece of music and work.
Yeah.
But I
get
wouldn't
that.
do something that. But I wouldn't do something that's directly about Aerith.
Right. You wouldn't do like an original thing like that.
Yeah, because Aerith, I did not create her. She does not operate within my brain. Her piece of music is lovely, and I can feel similar emotions to her and write a song that feels thematically close to her, but I would not actively write it about Aerith, the fictitious person, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I translate like her creator writing a song about that, but I feel like there's just like some boundary there I shouldn't cross.
So I created one fan song based on White Diamond from Steven Universe. And that actually did pretty well. And I think it's a good strategy sometimes to tie in your song with a franchise when you can. Um, but I put it
Wasn't
more as this is a possible White Diamond answer to a previously existing song.
it's also but it also didn't the song itself. You put White Diamond's picture on it, but you could have taken that off, and if I'm remembering right,
Mm,
it could have just been a standalone piece of music.
yeah, it could have been.
So it doesn't like specifically talk about being White Diamond
No,
as
it
far as
doesn't mention any names of anything like
it's
that.
just, and it's fine to get inspiration from a character and to write something from a similar perspective.
So, Nakama says Chainsaw isn't really bad in that way at all. I think actually has some really important things to say about a lot of stuff like gun violence, control, and self-love. Yeah. I think it's a trip. It's a trip that has a lot of deep psychological weight to it. This whole series does, and the way that it tackles it is refreshing and odd and not stereotypical in the least. Um, so I
I
enjoy
can
for that
I can
reason.
tell though. Remember, Bob tells us not to disturb deep psychology,
It's true. You get what you ask for.
and
So, okay. So I checked that roar of destruction. Um of course that works. That works well. I hear you gritting your teeth, your ass scorching red, chainsaw blood.
then the
So,
next part is just a total repeat.
yeah. So let's skip on to the next little section, but let me type it up first. Where was that? That starts with line 41, right?
Yep, and it's just that 4 lines, and then there's the rest of it is just a repeat.
This thundering. How many ways can you apocopate a word, Ryu?
Thundering is just how I say it. Like they're using like more spoken Japanese. I just wrote it down as I actually pronounce it rather than the way I formally write it. That's not an apoc. I guess the middle is an apocompation. The last is I think we talked about it before. The in form of a verb. That's not actually G dropping. It's just a parallel form inherited from Middle English that became unprestigious.
Ah.
But that was originally spelled IND. So there was a consonant on the end of it, but it was ind. Because Middle English had both like rorind and roring in free variation, or rorend and roreng, depending on your dialect.
Mm.
And both of them filter down to us, and transcriptions of text from the way text from the 1700s rhyme, it suggests that the in pronunciation with no g or no g-like sound was actually once the prestigious form. But somewhere along the line, probably at least in part because of the spelling, the ing form became prestigious.
Huh.
And we lost the spelling of one of them. If we had kept the IND spelling and the two hadn't gotten mixed up, I wonder if the in form might not still be a little more prestigious.
That's an interesting thing. Like I would never think of it that way.
Well, that's the way you spell a word and the actual history of the word are not actually the same thing, but they're easily confused.
Ah.
Because once you can read and write, you start to think of the language and the word and its spelling as linked, when really they're not.
Mm.
A spelling is just a conventional way of representing the word on a piece of paper. But you could take English and represent it in kanji if you wanted to. It would be a terrible idea, but you could do it.
Indeed.
They took Japanese and represented it in kanji. It was a terrible idea, but they did it anyway. I mean, seriously.
We see the results.
If they had just used it for the Chinese borrowings, that would, like they did in Korean, that would have been better. If they had invented a bunch of new characters for the Japanese words they already had, it would have been better. But no. Here, have like onyomi, kunyomi, and multiple onyomi, like the toon, the kanon, I forget what the last one was, the kanyo-on.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Okay, now let's check these last few lines.
Yeah, let's.
I want to get to the song I actually care about.
I thought this one.
I do. I just don't care about it as much.
Let me do it one more time.
Did that work?
I think it worked. There was one line that I was like, did I do that wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah. It works.
I can't believe that actually worked. I'm just like kind of flabbergasted at how
Your rap worked, this worked. You're getting so good at this, man. I just have to pick on you for some word stresses here and there. But in the rap, I could hardly care. Like, rap is made to be, like, weird. And stand out. So, all right. Is there any part of this you want to sing?
No.
You're denying your audience this time. But that's okay. You get a pass. Your throat is sore, so we won't tease you today.
I'm sniffly. I have like boogers and mucus and
you're gonna make coffee come out my nose.
and chronic dysphoria. So
aww. Well, hopefully hearing this as such a success and then getting to work on our other wonderful song will be good. All right. Let me sing this through from top to bottom just to kind of solidify things. And we should be recording this I'm not sure when we'll get a chance. I have doctor's appointments tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll get to do my typical Wednesday afternoon recording thing. I might have to do it Thursday night, but hopefully I will get it recorded this week, and then we can mix it next week at on this time next week.
Oh,
So y'all have never heard me before. When do I get to join the chat? Nakama wants to join too. I should do a hangout where people can come on to the Discord. That would be fun. I should do that once in a while.
we should arrange that sometime.
Yeah. And I need to do voice lessons too. So that would be fun. Okay, let's do this. Everybody, prepare for the kickback of your chainsaw. Prepare to get
No,
bloody. What-
This kickback was last week. I had a lot of fun with that one.
That one was fun. I don't know what you're gonna think of First Death, but we'll see.
One either.
All right, here we go. You know, I didn't check out the instrumental that Sai made for this yet. I don't remember if at the beginning he put the chainsaw sound or not. You know the crowd going round up and cracked inside. You see the cry standing by that spot inside. The bouncer beat, oh you don't need to clap it out. Don't you forget, let your outrage and chains go round. Ooh, 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 ooh. Destruction, now it's engine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Chainsaw blood, I feel it seething in the fever. I can't pass the sun. Changing the power, it's sexy but sad. Tell me why I cry, tell me why I chainsaw blood. I feel the seed in the beat. One step aside, I go down and he starts like a knife. Tell me why I cry, tell me why you're winning. I'm gonna have to figure out where the fuck I can breathe. Ugh.
What is breathing?
I don't know. Has nothing to do with this song. Oh my god.
No, you're.
Okay, what you say? See how the crowd going the guns of the crack inside. You see a cry feeling by that flat inside. Bounce your feet, oh, it's working the clean tone out. This is the crowd, seeing how rage and change goes round. Ooh, 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 destruction, now it's engine. Ooh, scorching red chains of blood. I feel it seething in his fever. I can't go so sad. I see the sound. It's just even sound. Tell me why I cry. Tell me why I chains of blood. I feel it seething in the fever that won't step aside. It goes down and it shines like a knife in tell me why I cry. Tell me why. Chains of blood, I feel it seething in the fever. I can't lose the sun. It grinds you down to the power. It's like people say, tell me why I cry. Tell me why. Chains of blood, I feel it seething in the fever. I won't take the sun. I broke it down and it shines like a knife in the sun. Tell me why I cry. Tell me why you're winning.
Typo.
Yeah, what did I do?
Oh, it just has thought rather than thoughts in some of the lines.
No, I
in the
thought about that. I thought about that I had made a typo there. Oh, where was that? I know what you're talking about.
Go up a bit.
Where was it?
Because you don't have the line numbers in that. It's like
No. Here it is.
thoughts flat inside.
There we go.
I think there should be at least 2 instances of it, or maybe 3.
I think I only did it wrong that one time, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, here I had it plural. And I know when I sang it, I made a few mistakes too. Put few S's where they didn't belong and omitted some where they did.
Yeah, that's good there. So, how do you like it?
I think it's great. I have to work on that rap as always, but it all works. It's all cool. It's language that fits the tone of the anime perfectly. It's just gonna be a rip roaring time to sing this. So now I'm really excited about it.
All right. You want me to send you the link for the other song now?
Yes, please. Send me the link.
It's in the Discord. Let's see how well you remember your own
Oh
song.
my god. Oh my
The
god.
first 3 lines are in very proper, correct Japanese. The rest of it is. I had to kill a few syllables here and there because Japanese words are long.
Let me see if I can find my own version of the song to sing along with.
Do you want me to look it up for you? I probably have it in my history.
You probably do. I think I can find it though.
I mean, I have it right here. Let me just grab it. Here you go. Here's a link to your own song.
Thank you. Where is that going to pull up? There we go. All right. Yeah, I don't know if I remember my own song.
That's okay. I don't remember everything I ever wrote word for word.
Oh my god. I can't wait to have an actual instrumental for this.
What do you call the instrumental you were singing to originally?
Oh my god, this song. Okay, I got that line. Wow.
What's that?
I can't sing my own song.
That's a bit of a tongue twister.
So, and there's a few truncated words there that I gotta get used to.
Yeah, like he told me.
Yeah. It's like Kazabana maho ga maiko o yoseta oto no nai uta wa tenshi no sinfonia keikaku gai no owari e dekireba boku wo michibite fui wo tsuite hitomi wo mite utakiri mate. Huh?
Mate.
Yeah,
That should fit.
it does. I just need to remember my own. I think I got it. I think it works beautifully. I just have to learn how to sing my own song. Okay, let's continue. So pretty. I'm gonna have to practice that part. I may slow it down just to practice it a little bit on stream here after we get through the rest of the song.
And there's only 4 more lines. The rest of it all repeats. And no, it doesn't. There's one other different part.
Yeah. This one to find my place. I have to send this to Sai and see what he thinks about it. But this might be a New Year's thing. Ha! 涙消して直面して静か歌 Oh God. Oh my God. And then my little... This is gonna be fun
Your
to
little-
do. And then I can do Yawarakana tasogare tsuki.
Yeah, it is Tsuki. Tsuki.
Tsuki.
Which just means soft twilight moon.
Yeah. Can I try it again?
Because
What were you saying? Sorry.
nothing. And if you want to try it with different English words that are just a back translation of that, you will get so much I, and I probably made it into so much more of a tongue twister.
You know, I could try that if you want me to.
Just see if you like it. I'm sending that to you.
Let's see.
There-
Oh God. Let's try it. Let's try it. Just for fun's sake.
This is your Caroline on Ryuji.
This is your Caroline. This is your Caroline on Ryuji. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna sound so much better with my new mic and my new mixing techniques. A soft twilight moon fills the evening skies. Splendid silver stars shine there within your eyes. And the land under ageless snow never lies. Our enjoyment hidden knowledge ties. Magic flurries from on high. Bidding lost ones now draw nigh. Soundlessly to sonify symphonies of earth and sky. The windings inside, lead me if you might. In the absence of a single guiding light, take me by surprise, look me in the eyes. I will dance until the music dies. Let the tears be dried, dark dreams be defied, till their shadows run and fleeting hide. Resound silent song. What kind of a song did we write, Ryu? Oh my god.
I mean, this is what happened when I translated the Japanese back into English.
As the sunbeams eyesight no more descries, waiting melodies all to embrace us rise. Spiral dances, where snowflakes as their disguise. From our enjoined hands shall such light arise. Magic flurries from on high, bidding lost ones now draw nigh. Soundlessly to sonify symphonies of earth and sky. No endings in sight, lead me if you might. In the absence of a single guiding light, take me by surprise, look me in the eyes. We'll dance until the music dies. Let the tears be dried, dark dreams be defied, till they in the shadows resound silent Magic flurries from on high, bidding all to now draw nigh. Soundlessly through earth and sky, symphonies we solidify. No endings in sight, lead me if you might. In the absence of a single guiding light, take me by surprise, look me in the eyes. We'll dance until the music dies. Let the tears be dried, dark dreams be defied, till they in the shadows run and hide. Resound silent song. Okay. And hello, Phoenix. I'm glad you made it.
I realized I forgot that I fixed that one line just once, but it repeated 3 times.
Yeah.
It was,
Okay,
it was
there
till
it
they
is.
to the shadows run and fleeing hide.
Run and fleeing hide. Yeah. I was like, there's
Now
something a little off there. That's cool.
But yes, that's a good little,
That's a
I
fun
guess,
little,
joke back
fun
translation.
little thing. I should make a separate little like stairwell video for that, like a little extra. That'd be good content.
And use it. And did you notice that other than the line "silent song," it all ends in
It
I,
does. You're
all
crazy.
through.
Might, light, eyes, dies, divide, hide, arise, disguise, descries, rise, nigh, sky, high, sonify.
Which is a word. I learned that word while doing this.
I didn't realize that was an actual word. I kind of like it.
I mean,
it.
of this, I think it sounds much harder to sing, so I would not suggest replacing the original with it. But I kind of like the chorus in this a little better.
It's
Kinda,
fun.
sorta.
It's pretty. It's pretty.
Because I don't like the ow sound as much as the I sound.
I could see that. I could see why you would prefer that.
I mean, yours is like silver tinsel on a tree, and this is like golden tinsel on top of the silver tinsel. So it might be a little gaudy.
The words are always so decorative, like the way that you use the words.
Yes, and it's all over my written style. I don't think I'll ever be that popular as an author because of it, but I don't care.
When I write like stuff like what you write, and I have a short story that I had been working on. I don't work on it anymore, but I tend to focus on that same kind of thing, like describing the nature, describing the environment, describing certain pretty details in gaudy detail.
Most of my detail description is later somehow significant.
Because it makes sense.
Either that or it's just me being weird and you'll never guess which it is, so you have to read the whole thing or else you'll miss important clues.
Let's see what's going on in the chat here.
Do I even want to know?
Luffy versus Enaru. Prediction: lightning won't work on Luffy. Prediction was true. Makes sense. I don't know much about One Piece. Yeah, I don't know about One Piece either. Aside from that, it's extremely popular, and people want me to sing stuff from that movie, Red. Put this to
I
myself.
read part of the manga once. It was actually pretty good. Like I was enjoying it. I just didn't have time for it.
Ryu, do you know
Like
this word?
what?
Queoxetid? It's in the chat there. Richard posted it. Queoxetid?
I've heard quixotic.
Quixotic?
Quixotic, like this. I'll type it in the chat. Give me just a moment.
I do not know what that word is.
Quixotic. It means unrealistically and usually sort of off-kilterly idealistic, or just like believing in something strange. Like you could call trickle-down economics a quixotic belief. It's
Okay.
some sort of grandiose, unrealistic belief, like Don Quixote, who used to be called Don Quixote in English before we learned correct Spanish pronunciation for it.
Oh, so it's like a
Like,
belief that's really out there that isn't true.
yeah, it's one that it's the implication is that it's not true. Like calling a windmill a giant. You may sincerely believe it, but it's weird and not likely to be true.
I like your example of the trickle down economics.
Because people do generally believe in that, but reality says otherwise.
Yeah, no. So,
And some people believe that like they're somehow doing good work by shooting a bunch of power stations, so that one of the towns a few towns over is now without power because they didn't approve of something that wasn't even their business.
you can guarantee that if it weren't like white men that had done that, they would have been calling this terrorism. It is
That is,
terrorism.
well, yeah, that's what it is. I think specifically, it's called usually stochastic terrorism because it's incited by someone else, but then they go and carry it out.
Sick the way some people think. I definitely worry for the safety of our country, because this kind of thing is happening way more often.
Yep. And it's not good. But that is an example of what quixotic views are.
True.
Things that they're usually grandiose, but totally divorced from reality. At least in my experience of the use of the word. I'll look up an actual dictionary definition too.
Education by Ryu. Woo!
What is that? That sounds familiar.
I mean, it's a standard. It's like dun 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 dun. Like it's a standard little musical tale. I think.
Yeah, a dictionary edition is possessed with or resulting from the desire to do noble and romantic deeds without thought of realism and practicality. Exceedingly idealistic.
Yeah, that's a good word to use in this case because they believed in what they were standing up for, and thought it was noble. But it's fake.
Of course, Don Quixote is not the way Spanish was pronounced at the time of written. It would have been Don Quixote.
Say that again?
At the time of the story was written, the name would not have been Quixote, it would have been Quixote. X used to represent sh in
That's
Spanish.
That's what I missed. Yeah, Xote. Interesting.
Quixote.
Xote.
Like it still does in Portuguese, like old Portuguese spellings of Fukushima were Fucuxima.
Interesting.
I think that's where Mandarin gets the use of X for sh, which I think looks totally dumb and horrible.
I remember
I hate
that.
pinyin. It's such a terrible way of writing it using the Roman alphabet because you're fighting both English speakers and Spanish speakers with it.
Ah,
Spanish is the second most widely spoken language in the world, and it uses the Roman alphabet natively. English is third. It uses the Roman alphabet natively. That is not a particularly good way to teach people to use a language that is not even normally written with that alphabet.
yeah.
At least in my personal opinion, some people are fine with it. I'm like, yeah, I think every Romanization of Chinese I've ever seen has something with it,
Yeah. Not that
and they all just
Romani is
have
perfect, but
no. But I think they could have done a much better job without trying to be clever with repurposing letters, especially the Q for ch. That is virtually unattested anywhere else. And English and Spanish both have k for that letter.
hmm.
And it's also used for k, a lower but similar sound in transcriptions of Arabic and Hebrew, which I believe has a much longer standing precedent.
So that's interesting, the way that those different languages like kind of relate and kind of copy ideas from each other.
Anyway, yay,
So,
education.
yes, education. So,
And
let
we got through two whole songs today.
yes,
Less than 2 hours.
testing that
Like
Japanese for my this is one of my first, well, it wasn't my first original song. It was like the first in my like modern set of original songs that I decided to do after putting away original songs for a long time. So I'm very like this song is very important to me, very special to me, and to have a Japanese version of it like that is just so wonderful. And
yes, sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm sure my Beisei Nihongo is not perfect.
Well, I'm sure it's better than what a lot of people could have, barring a native speaker, So, but I have some plans for this. I want to do an actual like 2022 version, or if it looks like it's going to be more in January release, which it could be, because I don't know if I can get my act together before Christmas. And this song deserves time to like be mixed properly and be recorded properly, so it may be 2023 version, um
20,
that I want to
2020.
hmm?
Oh, sorry. I thought you'd finished talking. I was going to say 2023 is also a year.
Yes, it is. So I'm going to package an album that will have both the Japanese and the new rendition of the English. And um, I'm going to see if there's something else I can add, or it might just be those two that I can put out into the world. And that'll be really cool. And I
Because
want
it's not a cover, so you can do whatever you want with it.
So I want to make a big deal out of it. So hopefully, you guys will support that. I want Winter Love by Boa for Winter 2023 redone. I should do that. Boa songs are hard though. I don't sing them very well.
There are so many good winter themed songs out there.
Oh, there are. There are.
Like there's also a pre-existing Japanese version of Walking in the Air.
I should do that again. Nobody cares about it though. Why? I will
I
never
know.
know.
I don't know. It's so beautiful.
I'm
It's
walking
Sora
in
wo
the
Aruku.
air. It's so gorgeous. How do people not
It's
love
such a
this?
I don't know that Walking in the Air is one of my favorite like seasonal songs.
Right? I know I'm
Up there with
preaching
like
to the literal choir here when I know that you guys love the stuff that I do, even if it's not like super popular, and I appreciate that. Um,
uh,
so
it, you'd wish it were though, because
yeah, I'd love this channel to grow a bit more. I'm okay with staying small. I love making personal, relationships with you all and getting to answer every individual chat. And I actually
The,
don't look forward to the time where the chat's moving too fast for me to like keep up with it, you know, but
yeah,
I would like to grow a
uh,
bit. It would be
I
nice.
both I both do and don't look forward to that time if it ever
Yeah.
happens.
And making money is always nice. I would love to get paid for my hours and hours of effort. That would be
So
nice.
would I.
So,
Like, I'd love to be able to earn a living doing this, or
right?
like, or writing generally. Like, all it takes is for one of us to get famous, and the other can just drag the other along.
It's like you're part of the entourage now. Come on.
Like,
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
because like by association, Richard wants like a physical copy of the book, even though I don't know that he'd even like it.
Phoenix is so sweet. It's like Caroline deserves acknowledgement from every single person that exists in this world to every living thing in the universe.
Oh, that is
That's so
very sweet.
kind. And Ryu
A
does
little.
too.
Oh, now let's not be too grandiose now.
So, well, I'm gonna keep working until bigger things happen, well, and beyond. Um, but as long as I get to sing the things that I want, that's the whole reason why I kind of dropped the opera career path is I just didn't like the idea of the rat race. I didn't like the idea of constantly being told I wasn't good enough, constantly being told I had to sing in a very specific way or it was wrong, and yeah, I was actually talking about this with my therapist just the other day. It's like I get to do what I love now. I get to sing the songs that I enjoy. I get to challenge myself with every weird song that comes up, and they're each one very different, special gem, you know? And
Oh no, you have a therapist. I hesitate to think how often I come up.
only in the context of me enjoying my own work. Don't worry, you were never mentioned.
I'm being silly.
So, yeah.
My, my throat's feeling a bit better now, though.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Don't forget
Should I be nice to Should I be nice to the audience?
you could be if you want to. That'd be a good sign off for today.
Hmm.
What do you think, guys?
I
We had to wait the 10 seconds. You
Oh
want
yeah,
to hear
because
some Ryu singing?
you know they do.
Nakama's like, I
Oh,
love you, Ryu.
aw. I have become like I guess part of the brand now. That was like unintentional.
I love this community. You all are so sweet and so supportive and kind. Like, I really can't get enough of you guys. Richard, Phoenix, Nakama, you all are the
I feel like
best.
I feel like I just glued my intently.
Well, I
I
was
was like,
just like floundering and I found this little lifeboat of a lyrics guru and I clung to it.
like, oh here, let me help you glue this back together. Oops, I think we're stuck to each other now.
It's like, let's have fun with super glue. Oh, crap. That's not coming undone anytime soon. Oh, well.
We do something like that together in real life too, wouldn't we?
It's like the handcuffs. It's like I slapped on the handcuffs and then it's like, but where's the key? I'd like to go now. Oh,
I think we'd be good sports about it in real life, though.
I think so.
We like we would just be laughing all through while we were getting it welded off.
Be like, all right, arm wrestling time. Ah!
I I don't. I mean, we probably could do that, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to. I'd worry about your joints, and I can't use my left arm like that.
Yeah,
I,
my
I actually
joints would
have
just
sort
be
of.
like flap.
You used to do all these sports. You're still pretty strong, probably.
Yeah, I
You
can
could
be
probably.
pretty strong. I use the big girl weights in the water classes. I do.
You could probably let. Yeah, I shouldn't say the one detail that would probably be equalizing too.
Uh-oh. Now what's that?
Oh, something sensitive that I'm not going to say publicly.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you in the Discord.
You're terrible. All right. Why don't you? Oh, yes. I appreciate you being sensitive about that.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it's a big deal, but society does, and mentioning it publicly is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't take much to kind of look at me and realize, But I'm doing the right things to get myself healthy, and being healthy is what matters. Taking care of
So
yourself,
I
nourishing your
oh,
body.
and I remind you again, someone thought you were hot enough to marry you.
It's true, and he still thinks that way. Amazingly.
He is very sweet, and I think you two are so sweet and adorable together, and I send you lots of virtual hugs.
Aww. Hugs and
Oh,
pats.
you love me, but you don't want to go on a date with me? Lame.
So, yes, all this love in the chat. I love it.
Nakama likes me too. Maybe Nakama wants to go on a date with me. That would be a trip, wouldn't it? I think
we should have like an IRL meet and greet where we all go on a date together.
where you may speed date your Ryu.
Okay, everybody, ding ding ding, switch.
Unless you're a girl. Girls have cooties.
You'd still grab a coffee with me though.
Oh yes, we could do friend dates. But you're married, so
Johnny can be included and we can strategize the YouTube channel together.
yes. Let us plot vengeance. I mean, world domination. I mean, music.
It's like, and what are we doing today, Ryu? I don't know. Same thing we do every time. Plotting to take over the world.
I remember for a while I was putting takeover into Music Monday with the comment, let's take over YouTube, and I did that again this week. Because I think some of the Persona 5 music would suit you so well.
I agree.
But I don't think anyone's... It's kind of sort of topical, because the game just re-released to a wider audience.
Bye, Nakama. Have fun helping your roommate. Catch you later.
Bye.
We're about to wrap up here anyway.
Actually, Phoenix, it would be tea for me. I don't drink coffee. I think coffee is nasty.
So, I like coffee and tea. I usually have to have the coffee to get up in the morning, though. I do have
drink
this
tea.
lovely... In Florida, we have these tourist spots. Up where my parents live, it's called Orange Blossoms. But here where we live now, it's called Sun Harvest. And it's basically like a Floridian tourist trap where they sell orange juice and lots of other little trinkets and touristy chocolates and stuff like that. And the big deal is that you can sample all these different flavors of orange juice, like strawberry orange juice, cranberry orange juice, grapefruit juice, and stuff like that. And I'm an orange juice fan, although I shouldn't drink it because it's got too much sugar. And then you can get an ice cream cone that's orange ice cream. And that is
I like
amazing.
orange... Oh, sorry.
They have orange tea, is what I was getting at, and it is delicious.
Orange tea, that's just Earl Grey.
Earl Grey is more than just the orange, though.
It's oil of bergamot, which is a kind of orange. Like Oh, that is one interesting thing, though, that I got at least one former coworker hooked on. Don't put lemons wedges in your tea, put oranges in your tea. They are so much better.
Yes.
And she said that lemons were dead to her after that.
Man, I have to try that now because I believe you after drinking the orange tea. And I do love my Earl Grey. So
Earl
like,
Grey,
I
it's
have
not
to
like
try that.
orange. It's not orange juice. It's an orange extract oil. But that's what gives Earl Grey its flavor, the oil of bergamot.
Interesting.
Fun fact, I used to be a bartender, so I'm somewhat good at recommending beverages. Woohoo.
I keep forgetting that. But you
That's
don't
a
drink.
weird thing that happened to me. Because I am not one anymore. I got out of that line of work after my last job with it. That restaurant was not good. good, and they like basically were like, "You're not meeting expectations. We're demoting you." I'm like, then some other business was like, "Hey, you want a job?" And I was like, "Yes." Fuck you, other people.
Seriously. That's rude.
Yeah, I don't even put that one restaurant on my resume.
Bartenders can make a lot of money in tips and
They
stuff,
can,
but
they
like
can, but
they're still underappreciated, and they get worked extra hard.
oh yeah, and it was, but I did enjoy it. Like of all the jobs I've had, that's the one I like the best
Mm. Have you ever
because
thought of bartending at another place?
no, COVID exists now,
Ah, that's true. That's true. Don't want none of that.
and no, I currently live in a small town where I worry about hate crimes. No, I don't go out in public unless I absolutely have to.
Understood. Understood.
And besides,
Okay.
I make much more consistent, decent money working with intake for law firms
Mm.
than I did as a bartender. The money is better. I do it from home. I have this giant 6-hour lunch break in the middle of the day. That's not an exaggeration. I'm on a 6-hour lunch break essentially.
That works out nicely.
Oh yes, they're based in California, so they have access to like the latest in human psychology and not fucking your employees over that hard.
Hey.
So
Nice. That's
I
better
mean,
all the way around.
they're still a business, and businesses will always look out for themselves. I have no illusions about that, but it's better than working for a North Carolina business.
It's still a job, but at least it's a job that you can tolerate, and it's not so bad.
I don't like it very much because I have to answer a phone, and I hate telephones. Fun fact: I really hate telephones. After this, I will probably I will probably never touch a telephone again.
That's rough.
Discord does not.
Yeah.
Discord doesn't count as a telephone. Yeah, but after that, I'm like, I'm going to do this all by email or by post. Like, I would sooner file paperwork in the snail mail than call an office.
Ooh, I hear that.
I hate telephones that much.
John's
They are
the
a source
same
of
way.
news.
Frequently, when we make doctor's appointments, I'm the one that needs to speak. Although I force him to kind of make the calls a lot of the time too. But
Well,
he'd rather
I
not.
have past traumatic experiences that happened while on phone calls, and that is why.
Well, that makes sense.
I
Oh,
have
bye,
lots of things.
Phoenix.
I have lots of
Take
things
care.
I don't like because of past traumatic experiences.
Richard says he doesn't like hot beverages. He likes the
I
water
guess
bottles with the flavor cartridges, sugar free.
I guess the chat doesn't feel like having me sing today.
Well, we
But that's all right.
kind of got distracted there for a while.
Well, there last chance, chat. If you want me to sing something, speak now or forever hold your peace. You have 10 seconds. I'm timing you.
Well, I mean, they already said that they loved you. I think you should go ahead and sing that, at least the opening part through the first chorus.
Oh, I'd
Unless you
sing
want to do the
Silent
whole thing.
Song.
Oh,
Chainsaw Blood is too much for me.
Oh, you want to do Silent Song then? Okay. Richard
Oh,
says,
did I
"Go
get a
for it."
request?
Yes, go for it, he says.
All right, let me pull it up.
Yes. Which version are you going to sing? Your English or
You'll
the
have,
Japanese?
you'll have to wait.
Oh. You have to do all the ambient vocals too.
I can't do that. I don't know how.
Sing the song that never ends, Phoenix says.
Don't know that one.
柔らかな黄昏月銀色の星その目に永久な雪下土鳥や盾に秘密な承知風花魔法が迷子を寄せた音のない歌は天使のシンフォニア計画外の終わりへできれば曲を導いて吹いてをつけて一目をlost I ran out of breath.
It's so hard that I don't know why I wrote this song like this. Keep going though. Pick it up.
I had to back up the song.
Go for it.
I need to back it up a little more.
It's like the song that gets on everybody's nerves. Sing that one.
Uh, 音のない歌は
Hey, Matthew.
天使のシンフォニア計画外の終わりへできれば僕を導いて不意をついて富を見て手まで涙消して直面して秘密なむつぼ飛び消えて静かな歌 I can't hold my breath out that long.
I know.
I'm not a
It's
professional singer.
ridiculous. I can't even do it.
It's also too fast. 柔らかな日が薄れて松旋律抱きしめて我いてたま今はしかくれ鳥や盾で世界明れ風花魔法が迷子を寄せた音のない歌は天使のシンフォニア Take me by the hand, show me if you can, lead me to the ending we will never plan. Look me in the eyes, take me by surprise, we'll dance until the singing fades. Wipe away our tears, face our secret fears, fly through all our darkened dreams and disappear in our silent song.
Sounds nice, Richard is saying. You switched over
Silly.
to English. Oh, that's going well. But I see how you switched to English. You cheese.
Flurries from on high, bidding lost ones now draw nigh, soundlessly to sonify, symphonies of earth and sigh. Keikaku gai no owari e, dekireba boku wo michibite, fui wo tsuite, hitomi wo mite, utakire e mate. Namida keshite, chokumen shite, himitsu na akumun tobi kiete, shizuka na uta.
Ooh, you did it. You did it.
Yep, that's the minced up version.
That was impressive.
I feel like I can sing a lot better in Japanese than I can in English.
Well, yeah. English is
I-
not the easiest to sing in, that's for sure.
I switched language, like it was easier in Japanese, then I switched language and it was so much harder.
Bleh.
So I was like, wow, this is harder. I was like, what is this draggy, awful language now?
Right? Right? It can be like that. After singing the nice, crisp, pure Japanese, and then, especially for something quicker like this, it's like, oh.
It doesn't seem like that fast of a song comparatively, but this is actually pretty fast. Is this in a 3/4 time?
Yes.
I think it actually is a waltz. Like you could probably dance a formal European style waltz to it. 1 2 3 2 2 3 1. Well, I don't know. I feel like it's 1 2 3 4 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 2 3 4. That's an odd.
1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2.
1 and
1 2 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. 3 1
6 8.
I really feel it in 1. Dun, bum, bum, dun, dun, dun,
In
dun.
the soft light of twilight, the moon is up. That's actually 11 syllables. That's a very unusual line length. The soft light
I'm an
of
unusual
twilight,
person.
the moon is up. It's 1 foot short of an Alexandrin, which is very difficult to write in English.
Well, I guess we established at the beginning of this stream that I am weird, so that makes sense.
Actually, it might be dactylic rather than iambic. In the soft light of... No, it's neither. I'm not sure how I would scan this. in the that's an I am soft light of soft light could be a spondy. It doesn't really scan like traditional poetry because the music is not a bunch of traditional poetic metric feet, so it's not supposed to. Oh, also, did you know you can sing most sonnets to the tune of Vinnie Emmanuel?
Oh, I think you had mentioned that before.
Yes, you can. Like,
Richard says his
let me
best friend says Japanese singing sounds better than my English singing usually, so I feel you there, Ryu.
like I can just pull up a random sonnet from a few centuries ago. Is there a solitary wretch who hies to the tall cliff with starting pace or slow? When
Interesting.
to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past. Yes, you can sing just about any sonnet to that piece of music.
Cool.
It's it's a very nice piece of music too. I've written random poetry to it many times
Hmm.
just because I like the way that piece of music sounds. I use it as the mental background music for a major city in my fantasy world,
Neat.
eh, which is not even a Christmas themed city. It is kind of it's actually like a sky city. It's above an ice field, but the city itself isn't really ice themed. It's more like a gardeny, steampunky sky place. But I use
Interesting.
the tune of Vinnie Emmanuel when I write scenes in it,
Well, I could see
just
it
because.
fitting like the grand vista of it because the hymn is a very grandiose kind of hymn. It makes me think of expansive places, and so I could see it fitting.
It's a very beautiful piece of music,
Yeah.
and it's like very plaintive in its lyrics. O come, Emmanuel, to free your captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here until the Son of God appear, among other renditions.
Do you know another hymn that is perhaps one of my favorite hymns of all time and is appropriate for this season? The Let All Mortal Flesh.
No, I don't. Oh, there's this one rendition of The Holly and the Ivy by King's College. It is not the traditional one, but I love it.
Ah, did you like my little version of it?
I don't remember it.
Oh, I should play that for you too. But I wanna sing this for you and see what you think of it. Um,
Apparently, one song I'm told I'm good at singing is God Rest You Merry Gentlemen.
that's fun.
God rest you merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. For Jesus Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. My breath doesn't go that long.
That is a long one. So, but this one is really, really cool. This Little Mortal Flesh. I'm gonna see if I
Oh yeah.
can ask our stand-in choir director if I can do this around Christmas now that we're in Advent. But this is how it goes, and I think you'll like it. It reminds me kind of that mysterious, dark tone that O Come, O Come Emmanuel has. So
Sort of like a Christmassy winter twilight. You can feel that there's light somewhere nearby you, but you can't see it fully.
yeah,
That's the impression I get from a lot of music for the season, like the traditional
yeah,
stuff.
I love it. So this one
I do too.
goes. Let all mortal flesh keep silence, and with fear and trembling stand. Ponder nothing earthly minded, for with blessing in his hand, Christ our God to earth descendeth, our full homage to demand. And then I'll skip to the last verse. At his feet the sick six-winged seraph, cherubim with sleepless eye, veil their faces to the presence, as with ceaseless voice they cry, Alleluia, 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 Lord Most High. It's just such a cool, mysterious hymn.
It is. And you see lots of, like, archaic words. The word demand did not always have the kind of rude connotation it does today.
Yeah. We got descendeth, ponder nothing
And
earthly minded.
demand originally just meant to request or ask for. Demander still means that in modern French. But people used to but the aristocracy spoke French, and and when they were asking for things, they would usually demand them, which is why the word acquired that meaning in English.
Ah, I see. So shameless
The-
plug. Shameless plug. Let me look this up here. I have a Christmas album. If you didn't know, and now's the time for me to plug it. There it is. It's called Comforts and Joy. And speaking of the Holly and the Ivy, I did have a version of that on this album. So I'm going to play it.
Yes. I said, yes, you do. Oh, I was going to say something else, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't remember. It's like one of those, your brain goes, nope, dump.
The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ,
drone
sweet
in the back.
singing in the choir.
I actually can't hear it because I'm on the Discord
The
audio.
holly bears a blossom.
I'll look it up
as
later.
white as
Yeah,
That's fine, I'll look it up
lily
later.
I'll just play a little bit of
and
this for
Mary
the crowd.
bore sweet Jesus Christ to be our dear Savior. Oh, the rising of the sun and the sunning of the deer, the day of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a berry.
I like my percussion that I added. So fun fact about this whole album is that most of the songs on it are completely a cappella, done with just voice and maybe bare minimal additions of like chimes and some very simple drums that I added in, was it GarageBand? I think it was GarageBand at the time. But it has Silent Night, Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella, The Coventry Carol, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, Angels We Have Heard on High, Up on the Housetop, Jingle Bells, and All Through the Night. And then it's got 3 original songs on it. The Sandman for Christmas, which was released as a single earlier, the prior year. Hot Cocoa, which is an interesting song. And the tear-jerking Cure for Loneliness, which was an homage to my pet bunny who died that year. Went over the Rainbow Bridge. So it's a good album. I recommend you check it out. So thank you for humoring me and my shameless plug. And hello, Ravani's. How are you doing? We're just about to sign off for today, but we're just having our last little chat with Ryu here.
Oh, wow. The Coventry Carol may date all the way back to the 1400s.
Really? I kind of believe it.
Oh, I found a medieval text to it, and it's like, it's in something that looks like late Middle English.
Mm.
It says, "Do little Tina child, And O sisters to whom may we do, for to preserve this day, this poor youngling, for whom we do sing. Yep, that's it. Singing in Middle English would be interesting,
I
though
should have
difficult.
done that. I should have done that, and I could have you train me.
Because Middle English has 7 vowels. It has the sort of short ones that we have a, e, o, and u, but it also has o, a, e, and what was that? Let's see. Ooh. Oh, it has a u. It has the u vowel too.
Oh,
Like in French words taken
Ravani's
directly from
didn't
French.
know I was broadcasting. I tried to advertise on Twitter and on the Discord, so you might want to check your YouTube notifications. Make sure they're set, because sometimes they suck. And also make sure your notifications for your Discord and or Twitter. If you follow me on those places, you would get a better chance of being notified when I'm live. Sorry, this was kind of an odd time, but this is going to be a thing that we do every other Tuesday when we do lyrics, so that Ryu can help me with lyrics between his job sessions. So,
Oh.
and
Oh.
Ravani's also has a very thick question there of what does early English versus Middle English sound like?
I'm not sure what you mean by early English. Middle English is English from about the year 1100 to about the year 1500. It sounds a lot like German. If you saw it written down, you could probably understand a good amount of it, but if you hear it spoken, you probably cannot understand it. I had to learn some for recitation in grad school. So basically it sounded like, in the old days of King Arthur, of which that Breton spake and great on o'er all the land was fulfilled the fairy, the elf queen, and her jolie compagnie, and so on and so on. But it doesn't, you can't really understand all of it. You can maybe catch some of it.
So that's really cool.
Or wanneer the bril with his sore shot the droog the march hath pierced to the road and bathed every vein in switch liqueur, of which virtue and gentle is the floor, and Zephyrus with his sweat a breath, in spirit hath in every halt and heath the tender crop is, and the younger son hath in the ram his half course you run. You don't have that sound. Irun is actually run.
Interesting.
Uh,
It sounds kind
Juan
of
is.
it sounds kind of like Scottish or
It
like Gaelic
does.
or something.
Scottish English or Scots is a parallel descendant of Middle English.
Oh, okay.
You can usually, like, if I tell you what the individual words, Juan that, when that, April is April, with is exactly what you think it is, his is its, Shures, showers, salt is an alternate form of sweat, which is sweet. The is just drocht is drought. You used to pronounce the GH as h.
Huh.
Drocht of March, hath, persid is pierced. Pol is to, like towards. The rot is root. Note that you have o turns into u in modern English. Middle English, u turns into ow. Floor becomes flower. You get this mix-up of the vowels called the Great Vowel Shift, which is why the way vowels are spelled in English look so weird compared to how they're spelled in other European languages.
That's why English,
Because
the way we know it today, is so mucked up.
One reason. Because spelling became more or less established just before the Great Vowel Shift. Just before. So you had all the orthography nice and pretty for how English sounded, and then English decided to change all its pronunciations in quick succession.
Sounds like a very
Some
English thing to do.
Some similar changes happened in German, but they happened before the spelling was established, which is why German spelling is so much more regular.
That does make sense.
English, and people were more willing to update the spellings and did not have so much. Their proper forms did not have so much fluctuation.
Hmm. And we have the
French,
difference. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
French also had a really messy time with that. Like French OI is pronounced wa, or pre-revolutionary it was we, which was the aristocratic language, but the common language. Oi became we in fancy people talk, but wa in non-fancy people talk.
Huh.
But oi also became in some words, just randomly, and it was still spelled oi in all of them up until fairly recently. I think up until the French Revolution, a lot of the spelling was not changed much from the Middle Ages. That's why French spelling is so messy too, and you have all those extra consonants.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And there's the difference
like
between like British English and American English.
Yeah, we held the R's tightly. Like, no, you're not taking our R's away. And they're like, what is an R?
So funny.
And those several American dialects traditionally had R loss. Like very standard American having the R. It's actually fairly recent. Like it's from the 1800s and early 1900s. Before that, you got lots of different regional varieties. But as people moved west, there was dialect mixing, and you get what's called a koine, or a sort of version of the language that strips out all of the regional differences, so that you only have like the sort of parts everyone has. If that makes sense.
Okay, interesting.
And that hasn't had time enough to diverge into very notably different varieties. It's starting to. But that's why the further west you go, the more homogeneous the English sounds. Whereas on the eastern seaboard, where people had already begun developing their own traditional regional varieties, you hear more of that, but there being standard languages tends to kill off the regional varieties anyway.
Oh, wow.
That's just how language works, because the standard version is more useful for communicating with people.
Ah.
So basically, you lose a lot of regional variation because of it, and because that's what you're taught to use as correct in school, which is kind of a double-edged sword, because it will make you a better communicator, but it will also strip away certain elements of regional identity.
Wow.
It's a trade-off some people agree with and some people resent making. I have very mixed feelings on it, but it wasn't a trade-off that I particularly dislike having made myself.
Ravani,
if I were teaching it.
To answer your question, yes, Ryu and I collaborate on lyrics these days, and this was a lyric creation stream. He made these singable lyrics, and I checked them over, and we made couple of little adjustments here, and so we now have lyrics for Chainsaw Blood, the first ending theme of Chainsaw Man, which was really fun. And now, because it's Ryu's kind of expertise, he's talking about linguistic things, particularly the Middle English and language origins. So it's pretty cool. We're also collaborating on one of my original songs. He created a Japanese version of it for me to sing. So that's a true, big collaboration that's going to come up in not too long. So stay tuned for that.
It's like a virtual hug in music form.
Yeah. I'm proud of that song, and I love your Japanese version of it. It's going to sound so good.
And the regular English version, which is much easier to sing than the back translation.
It's true.
I didn't even try that. You tripped over it. I'd probably stumble and faceplant on it. I mean, I can't deny that it's flowerier.
Ryu singing. It's like, are you going to sing together with Ryu? Maybe one day. Ryu's a little bit shy about that.
I don't think it would mix well. My voice has a very narrow range. I mean, I'd be like, there's this running gag going that if there's a $500 donation, I'll do a song, which
Yes.
I will pick because my vocal range is extremely limited.
And who was going to join it for $1? I think that was
I don't
Richard.
remember.
Wasn't it Richard?
I don't. I already sang Outer Space. Do you really want me to do it again? I sang several like snippets of things too. It's your fault if you missed it.
Ravani's, can you ask your friend about Lyndall's song, Ancient Mage's Bride, and what language it is in? It is not confirmed. It is not in any particular language, okay? But
Yes.
it has flair from a bunch of different like European languages. Um, so I mean you could go into more depth on that, Ryu, but like if you look up the actual original lyrics,
It's just a bunch of pretty sounds strung together. That's all it is. It's like how Faria se meso, Faria to say, and a cruel angel ceases does not mean anything. It's just pretty.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
It's phonetic ornamentation.
Songs do that. Songs do that.
I mean, all those noises, like that are all over Aerith's opera cover.
Yeah. Cuz I mean just
Those-
look at this. Iruna eterlo, Iruna etelero, Nadia ezelevote, lezelko mikemesta. Like you can
Yeah,
hear hints of other languages in that, but it's no language in particular.
It sounds kind of like Japanese, mixed with a little bit of Hebrew, mixed with some maybe Polish or Finnish, but it's not a language. It's just pretty sounds.
Iruna hetero, Iruna hetero, Nadia ezevote, ezeko mikemesta. It's so pretty though. But I thought my
course.
English version on that was pretty clever. Because I actually tried to attach meanings to certain combinations of words that I saw there and bring them back, and it actually worked pretty well. So I was proud of that. I need to redo that
How-
one too.
How does Carrie plan to wrap this? I have no idea. I really have no idea.
This is not a rap. Eminem speed. Iruna hetero, iruna hetero.
I think they mean chainsaw blood.
Chainsaw blood.
I'm like,
season
that's
the
the-
fever. I can't force aside. There we go.
Yeah, I refuse to sing that. That's
I can't
No.
believe you're pooping out on me there. You need to sing your own lyrics, man.
no, I don't.
That's why you have
I'm
me,
not
right?
I'm not the performer. I mean, I can't really sing that well. I've already demonstrated it. I'm not the worst singer ever, but I'm not like a professional. I run out of breath too fast. And like I said, I have a very narrow range.
You could
I can
expand
get a
it if you
bit-
practice just a little bit.
I don't have time for that. I'm too busy translating things, and
I do
Being
think you
stressed.
busy, don't I?
it's not just you. Like, translating these things honestly takes up a fairly small fraction of my time in the grand scheme of things. It might take 3 or 4 hours at
Uh-huh.
most.
Well, I'm glad it's not so bad.
Which spread over 2 weeks is less than, like, a few minutes a day,
Yeah.
if I want to spread it out.
And yes, he is a good translator. Ryu is amazing at really doing his research and getting the full meaning behind the text. So it's not just translating words, it's translating the full ideas and, reasons why particular words were used. So,
And it can be hard sometimes. And sometimes, and Carrie hates this, I will take the pre-existing English and replace it with Japanese.
he loves
And
to
she
do the
will
word
fi-
reversal.
Like, I did that with, what was it?
No Man's Dawn was the big one.
Yes. and you were like, Ryu, I want an English cover. I was like, I don't care. It was in two languages when it entered my hands, and it is in two languages when it leaves them.
Mm. And I would it's like, and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for that meddling Ryu. uh, I don't know what language that is, Ravani's. Is that like MPA in Farfenjang? That sounds like a mixture of languages too. I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
it sounds like Korean mixed with like Spanish, maybe, or French.
Farfenjang. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It could be It could be a Southeast Asian language. Like it might be some form of Thai or Lao, maybe, but I don't know.
Run the
I
song.
did.
I don't even know what song that is, Ravani's. Sounds like Thai. Yeah, it sounds like one of those Eastern languages of some sort,
But
perhaps.
it could just be some random pretty
That
sounds.
reminds me of a song that I like. I don't know what song it is, Ravani's. Do you have a title? Is that the title? I would look it up if I knew what the song was. I don't know what the song is.
It might be better not to look it up because we're probably already risking a zillion copyright
I
strikes as it
know,
is.
right? There was one song, Sora, Escaflowne, that's in a different,
Oh
that's in a
yeah,
different,
that's more just made up
yeah,
syllables.
this is another made up syllable song. I need to
Wind,
do this one day.
wind,
Halotika and Vaituri Silota Fintime Haloluka and Dragua Selain Vivaru Leshayam and Riganglint. Yeah, it's so pretty.
who you summoned?
Say that again?
Oh, I said you called for a Dragu. You summoned.
Dragu. Yes.
Yeah, be careful of singing the song. I might appear and like eat you or something.
Did Amelie do this? Why is this saying song by Amelie?
No, it's Yoko Kano who did it.
The
I
fuck?
believe.
I need to find a way to report this. Like, no. No. Okay, anyway.
No, I'm pretty sure Escaflowne was done by Yoko Kano at least.
That is in Gaian, a made-up language just for the show. Sorry, Sora is in Gaian made up for the... Yeah. Amanda Lee made her own version. Well, yeah, she covers a lot of different things. So,
Incorrectly, I might add. I remember listening to some of her music once, and I was irritated because she changed the English lyrics, and I was like, she retranslated, and I looked at the Japanese, and I was like, no, that's way off.
So yeah.
Let's see.
I should have you make but you'd have to kind of get into Escaflowne to do English lyrics for Sora. But
okay, so Yoko Kano was one of the composers on that.
I know, I get it. I would love to see Cocoon Break in English. What is Cocoon Break?
I've seen one of the Escaflowne movies, and I enjoyed it. I'd love to sit down and watch the series someday. You just know me. You know me in time.
Yeah, and I know you in anime. Anime, you would rather play a video game.
Not true. I do actually like anime. I just don't have a lot of time to watch it.
Yeah.
I've watched all of Cowboy Bebop.
Is Carrie gonna use the devil costume for Chainsaw Blood? I should. Or at least put little power devil horns on the model or something. That would be fun.
Probably at least just replace the ears.
Yeah, something like that.
Because we've already established Hana-chan is not an actual rabbit. She just wears like a pair of costume ears because she has actual human
Because she
ears.
can. Yeah, she's got human ears as well. So
Either that or she's just some weird 4-eared demon baby.
so MPA in Vari Fenjang is from a game called Are no Surge O2 and Unborn Star. Okay, interesting. I'll have to look
Sounds
that up.
interesting. I want to know what that is.
Yeah, I'm curious now. So, all right. Well, it's time for me to start preparing some dinner, and I think you need to go too, right, Ryu? You were only planning to stay until 4.
Yeah, I need to get something to eat and to get ready to go back to work and all that.
Blah, work. Well, thank you for all
Yeah.
your help with Chainsaw Blood here. It's gonna be
Oh,
good. I'm gonna practice it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
that's interesting. I think it's Arno Surge,
Surge.
Ode to an Unborn Star. I can't find the transcription of the Japanese title, though.
Areno Surge.
Oh, here it is. Arno Surge.
Or
Serge?
Surge.
No. Sarge?
Sorry.
Oh, Arno Sarge. No Surge? It is No Surge.
No Surge.
Arno Surge.
Arno Surge.
Okay, so that is how it was pronounced. That was
Okay.
right.
I was pronouncing it kind of Japanesey. Are
I was
no surge.
well. They included an. It's actually spelled AR, no E.
Oh, okay. So they were trying to be fancy about it. Arno Surge.
It's yeah, like that. Arno Surge.
Interesting. Okay. So, yep.
I guess there's no electricity because there's no surge.
No surge. No storm surge. Hopefully, with I got my Hurricane Ian shirt on.
You have a Hurricane Ian shirt?
I do. I saw it in the Publix and I was like, Johnny, I gotta get this. This is for my mental health so that I can wear it and laugh about things.
I used to work for Publix very briefly.
So, my husband will be working for the what credit union, the Publix credit union.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yep.
Publix has good benefits. They just weren't paying me enough money to actually afford to live in the area.
Yeah. They
Um,
like a lot of the retail jobs really suck.
They do.
Like,
It sounds like decent money on paper. Like they offered me $15 an hour, but that was low for the area in which that Publix was located. And traveling to work, because I don't drive, I would normally take buses, but because of some of the irregular hours they wanted me to work, I'd have to take Ubers, and it was too expensive.
yeah, that makes sense.
And the buses and Ubers, just post COVID, had become extremely unreliable.
Oh boy,
Extreme.
that sucks.
Like one time, I had to try 3 different times before I could get a driver one night. One driver just drove right past me, and I was like, I guess they saw me and they decided they didn't want to pick me up. I mean, I guess I'm kind of scary looking in person or something.
I mean, you're
I mean,
paying them money nonetheless. Like, don't they want to do their job and get paid?
I mean,
Like,
I don't know. I guess the scary night grocery store worker with the mohawk might not be the guy you want to pick up.
I guess.
I don't know.
I guess, but still.
I felt prejudged and discriminated against, but at the same time, I didn't blame them. Because that's not an ironic statement. I'm a little bit scary
Well,
looking in
like, would
person.
somebody that actually fit that stereotype, like, have the money to be calling on an Uber just to go to Publix?
I don't know. I was actually going home from it, but
Oh, I see. I see. Well,
either that or they didn't want to drive all the way down into Charlotte.
that could be more the case. So,
Because you don't know the area, but I was going all the way from Huntersville to Charlotte, which was not ideal.
we don't know the area very well, but I kind of get the idea.
It was basically I lived in kind of the northern middle part of a nearby city. The bus would run between them because the whole county is basically ruled by Charlotte because it is so big. but there are these little townships outside of it still
Mm-hmm.
within Mecklenburg County, and it was still within Mecklenburg County, but it was a massive pain in my sitting organ, is what it was.
I could see that. I could see that. So,
And it was too expensive. The friend I was living with needed to give up her house so she could rent it out. So like where I was living wasn't even an option anymore. Everywhere else was too expensive.
that's a bummer.
So I was like, I have to go back to be with family, which I really didn't want to do because they ended up being and still are kind of more stressful than they need to be.
That's sad.
Yeah, the second I can get, I like after a few more paychecks, I might just move for the sake of my own sanity.
Because you can now. I mean, your job is remote, so
Yeah, and it pays me pretty decently. It pays me almost as much as the Publix did, and don't have to go anywhere.
nice.
I can just like what I want to do is after maybe a few more paychecks, see if I can get somewhere decent-ish in like Raleigh maybe or somewhere.
Neat. Well, I wish you the best with that,
Yeah.
and I wish you a good time at work tonight. So,
All right. Well, I do need to go off and get ready now.
yep, I'll say goodbye. You take care,
Bye now.
Octavio.
All right. Bye.
Bye. And thank you, everybody, for attending the stream. I'm so grateful that you all were here. And Ravani's, well, I'll look into that song, Arno Surge. That sounds pretty cool. It's like the most beautiful song you've heard. The actress died from lung cancer. That's really sad. So I'll have to look into that. And look forward to Chainsaw Blood coming out. I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to record tomorrow. But if not tomorrow, then I'll be doing it hopefully Thursday night. So look forward to a rip-roaring recording session. That'll be really fun. And of course, tomorrow there should also be a lovely Twitch stream. I'm not sure if it's going to be a couple stream with my husband wrapping up Overcooked 2, or if I'm going to do some more Pokemon Violet. So stay tuned to find out about that. It's going to be fun. The actress was named Origa or whatever. Oh, yes, Origa. I've sung 2 Origa songs. I think I unlisted them because I didn't have good microphones at the time. And so the covers turned out very craptastic. But yeah, I love Origa songs. So a lot of that stuff is Russian. So maybe that's Russian or something. Although that language that you wrote doesn't seem like it's Russian. So anyway, have a good time, you guys. Love you all. Peace out. See you again soon. Take care. Bye.